Hi folks, Joblot Comics here, and in the middle of March, they've dropped the Spider-Man Brand New Day title for the new Tom Holland Spider-Man movie from Sony. And I thought that, well, that's quite interesting that they're going with Brand New Day, especially since that was pretty much the end of the line for a lot of Spider-Man fans. And I'm speaking as an old curmudgeon-y guy here who's read Spider-Man since he was a kid. And, Spider-Man was moving into a very strange era at this point here. This here being the sort of culmination of it all. You've probably, heard about this, and you've probably seen people talking about it. You might not have actually seen the interior of it, so I mean, it's quite nice. This is Spider-Man One More Day, and this is part four. You can say J. Michael Straczynski, who did a lot of television work and stuff like that. Joe Quesada, who obviously a huge hitter in comic book industry. So, you get some nice artwork. I mean, this looks okay. I don't know what Spider-Man's doing there. Hey, what you doing in your bed there? But this was at a point when May had been taken out after Civil War. Somebody tried to shoot Spider-Man. They shot Aunt May instead. She was in a terrible situation, and Peter was doing everything that he could to try and, help May. And MJ saying, May's led a good life, Peter, a long life. You've kept her alive, kept her going, fought for the very moment of your life these last few weeks. You've done as much as anyone could have. So, it's kind of, maybe just let her go here, sort of thing, yeah. And, she get hit with a bullet meant for me. It appears like that. Nah, I ain't buying that. I'm a superhero. There must be something I can do. So there's an awful lot of soul searching. There's probably an awful lot of sort of moral dilemmas involved here. And Peter, let's face it, come on. This isn't the first time Aunt May's bit the bullet, yeah. But you got to admit, the artwork's quite nice. I mean, and it's all quite poignant, yeah. I hate this repeated. I mean, see if you're like an artist, yeah, and then you're just repeating that same panel 6 times on a page, and you're getting your page rate. Come on, who's the fool in this game? So eventually, look at that, 9 panels. That's pretty much the same panel 9 times there. Come on, Joe, what you doing? You're better than this. So he's been to Doctor Strange, he's been all around the block, and he's done all these kind of things to try and, get May back from the brink of death. And then he comes across Mephisto. Of course he does. Mephisto is the devil, in case you don't want to know. It did, and he's not Daredevil, he's the devil. Doesn't matter what they call him. He is pretty much the Marvel Universe's devil. So obviously a deal's going to get made here, yeah. And this is where the controversy starts, okay? Because because Peter really, really out of character here makes a deal pretty much with the devil. Now, you son of a gun! That's the best insult he could come up with for the devil. I know my heart of hearts that you and I was meant to be together. Whatever he throws at us, whatever he does, whatever he undoes, it doesn't matter, but it does. Because whatever he does to pull us apart, it'd have to be bigger and stronger than what we brought us together and kept us together and what happened. So the deal here is he'll save Aunt May. How? I don't know. But for some weird reason, why would Mephisto get off in this? I don't know. He makes Peter and MJ forget about each other, so the marriage never happens. They've never really kind of met before, and that's the price that Peter has to pay. So you gotta love that. I mean, irrespective of everything, you gotta love that. And it's such a shame that they're celebrating. They celebrate Mary Jane and Peter Parker, and then they just tear them apart. Yeah. Face it, Tiger. Damn. I mean, damn. So, what happens? Pete wakes up. He's forgotten everything. It's a complete and utter reset. Aunt May's back. Pete's doing that 1960s thing. He's singing Simon. Well, it's got to be Stan Lee there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Hey, Swanky Diggs Parker. What's up, Flash? Where the heck have you been? So, I know. Look, the gang's all here. So they retcon the whole thing. Retroactive continuity. Who's that? Come on, babe, I want to introduce you all to my friends. So it's a big button that says push me and everything goes back to the status quo. It's like, the end of a TV episode that has to, reset at the end of each episode so the status quo is, resolved. And that's what they did with Spider-Man. We get a brand new day. So if you've never seen this comic book, I know that you've heard about it. You probably haven't taken the time to read it. And you're just probably knee-jerk reacting to the fact that that's what happened. Well, there you go. Now you can see exactly what happened, yeah? Now, the problem here is, I think it's out of character for Peter Parker to do this. After following this kid for so long, watching him grow up and graduate, get married, and then to see his Aunt May makes a deal with Satan himself. I find it really off-putting. So after this, the first story arc with this new relaunch was pretty much Brand New Day, what they called Brand New Day. And you can see why the people making the movie have probably thought to themselves, oh yeah, right, okay, this is good because this is the comic book people will know this and it's a brand new day, and in the films nobody knows who Pete is, and that you can see why they would do this. But there's a wee part of me that's a comic book fan first and a movie fan second that's thinking, I don't know if that's the right approach. I'm sure the film will be great. I'm sure it'll be amazing. But see, for me, I was one of those guys who I read Brand New Day, after it came out for a bit, and then I hopped off. And people say, yeah, you're just an old comic book collector and you can't see anything with the new eyes that the new readers have. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'll take that on board. Yep, I'll take that on board because they damaged the character so much it was unrecognizable. Yeah. So, an interesting choice for the new Spider-Man film, an interesting book that inspired that new film. What's your thoughts? Did it bother you? Or did you think, no, this is great, this is what we want? Peter going back to basics? Seems cheap to me. Hey, subscribe to the channel. What are you, the comic book police? What are you going to say? I hope you enjoyed that, looking at that. You've maybe never seen that before. Nobody talks about it. Do you know why? Because they hate it. I'm sure the new film will be great. Subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one. Let me know your thoughts.